Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the May 2025 town meeting for the town of Cheverly. I am going to call the roll, and then we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm here. I'm Mayor Micah Watson. Ward 1.
Present.
Ward 2.
Present.
Ward 3.
Present.
Ward 4.
Present.
Ward 5.
Present.
Ward 6.
Present.
All right. All council members are present and accounted for. Let us proceed with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, just everyone has the agenda in front of you. Are there any changes to the agenda as published? You're good?
Yeah, Sean. So I can figure it out.
Good, take your time, it's fine. Okay, the agenda as published. I was going to simply ask that we strike the consent agenda because I don't know that our new council members have read those two sets of minutes. So can we defer those two sets of minutes? That would be the April 10th town meeting and the April 24th work session minutes. Defer them to the May work session.
Yes.
Anyone object to that?
No.
All right, is there a motion to approve the agenda with my suggested correction?
So moved.
Is there a second to that motion? Councilmember Garces with the second. Councilmember LeGloahec made the motion. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. The agenda is approved. The first item next on the agenda is resident input. Public comment period for agenda items and other topics. All comments are limited to 3 minutes. Let us alternate between the folks in the room tonight and any folks that I cannot see online. Let's start in the room. And Ms. Jones, is that you starting us off?
No. Oh. Good evening, all. Joyce Jones, Ward 2. I'm here for 3 reasons: to extend congratulations, to express gratitude, and to propose an action. My congratulations go to all the newly elected town officials sworn in earlier tonight. Some of them have already sat through lots of those late-night work sessions and town meetings, yet they still signed up for more. Christopher Wade from Ward 1, Nicole Briner, Ward 3, Charlie Garces from Ward 5, and Amy Fry from Ward 6. Congratulations to the new faces on the council, John LeGloahec from Ward 2 and David Tansey from Ward 4. Congratulations to our new mayor, Micah Watson, who has already given 13 years of public service to our town as the council member for Ward 2. Not to mention his volunteer work with Cheverly Day, Boy Scouts, the Spelman PTA, American Legion, Cheverly Soccer Club, St. Edward's Men's Club, Vice President for the Maryland Municipal League, and President for the Prince George's County Municipal Association. I offer my best wishes that all of you can come together to build on previous successes and create new possibilities for our town. I want to express deep gratitude to all of the idealistic, enthusiastic, thoughtful, and engaged Cheverly residents who cared enough to put themselves out there and run for office, who spent considerable time, energy, and money to declare their candidacy, create flyers, post yard signs, design T-shirts, attend multiple meet and greets and candidate forums, and climb up and down the hills of Cheverly to offer their passionate visions for the town. So thanks to Brian Barnett Woods, Daphne Felton Green, and Aaron Martin, who all ran in Ward 2. Thanks to Elaine Thompson, who ran in Ward 3, Elaine Johnson, who ran in Ward 6, and Sean McGuire and Casey Mignone, who ran for mayor. I hope all of you will continue to engage in town activities. I also wish to express gratitude to my fellow neighbors and residents who took the time and effort to come out and vote and make this such an exciting election season. Finally, I would like to propose an action. With any political election, tensions become high, lines are drawn, and feelings can get hurt. But my proposal is that all of us work hard to move forward, to find common ground, and to lower the emotional temperature. I'm not saying that it will be easy or quick. There are all sorts of reasons why people vote for candidates in political elections: economics, public safety, traffic congestion, climate change, the list goes on. Whether the candidate you voted for...
Ma'am, can you just give us like 15 more seconds? Your time expired.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go.
Yeah,
Do you want
this is my
like
last
10 more seconds?
This is my last sentence.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Whether the candidate you voted for has prevailed or not, let's all bring ideas to the table and work together to make Cheverly better than it already is. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any resident input online? All right. Let's, if I miss them, we can get to them next. Please.
First, a hearty welcome to our new and returning council members and to Mayor Micah Watson. We just had the swearing-in ceremony. Does Rome have anything on Cheverly for pomp? Now I'm going to be talking about the habitat improvement project in Cheverly East Park. A wooded slope along Red Maple Run, that is tributary 4, is a healthy oak forest, a remnant of the Cheverly oaks which gave their name to the development that replaced them. We know that a healthy forest is the best stormwater management system, and that's only one of its many benefits. Over the years, 14 species of invasive vines have colonized the area. Soon, the Clean Water Partnership will begin removing invasive plants from the forested areas around Red Maple Run in MNC PPC's Cheverly East Park and nearby town-owned land. This effort supports the recent Red Maple Run stream restoration project and is focused on protecting the native oak canopy along the stream and throughout the park's wooded areas. Work will be limited to forested sections of the park. No invasive species management will take place near the playground or play equipment. The work will be done manually. Any needed herbicide will be applied directly to the invasive plants, not sprayed in the air. This will be a 2-year effort and supported in part by the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation Chesapeake Bay Program Small Watership Grant. The organizers led a site walk for the town yesterday. The project planners will be making a presentation next Monday, May 12th, at the regular meeting of the Cheverly Green Infrastructure Committee. Find the link to the virtual meeting and the agenda at www.greencheverly.org. In addition, we are coming to the end of Air Quality Awareness Week, which started May 5th and ends tomorrow. According to the EPA, Air Quality Awareness Week encourages people to stay aware of their air quality and incorporate air quality knowledge into their daily living. Cheverly's Air Quality Monitoring Network and the work of our Environmental Justice Action Team help us do just that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Salo. Is there anyone online? Does anyone know? Ma'am, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me? I've been told you can't hear me sometimes. Oops. I'm going to lose that. All right, I'll do that. Why don't I just hold it? Hi, I'm Joyce Lang. I'm in Ward 6 and part of the Cheverly Women's Club, as most of you know. Layla Riazi, and Lillian are also part of the club. We're here tonight to offer our congratulations to everybody who got accepted, voted for, and to those people as well who ran. We thank you. And what we're going to do as part of to show our appreciation is that the Cheverly Women's Club is honored to extend you and your family to everybody on the council, and honorary membership during your term as Cheverly mayor or councilperson. Who are we? The Cheverly Women's Club strives to empower Cheverly residents to be active in creating peace and community by engaging local issues and embracing our diverse voices and experiences through collaboration and partnership with all individuals and organizations committed to lasting positive change and connection. We are the oldest organization in town, as most of you have heard me say many times, and we're looking to expand and move towards greater building of greater community. So this is for our new mayor, and Lillian has one for everybody else. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to put it down there. Why don't you just give it? I'm sorry?
Give it to me, I'll pass it down.
Okay.
All right, not seeing anyone online. Did you want to speak, ma'am? Or you're just helping to? Okay. Anyone else for citizen input, resident input?
I'll keep it very brief. I'm Carol Brobeck from Ward 3. For the record, I'm here to say thank you to former Mayor Casey Munyene for her exemplary leadership by extending grace with patience, grit, and professionalism. From COVID to the present, she and the council have left the town in great shape going into the future. I'm very grateful for all Casey was able to achieve for us. To Mayor Watson, I wish you success, and may you have an uneventful tenure.
We all appreciate your warm wishes. Is there any other resident input? It's unusual that no one is online, but
Good evening.
Ivy?
Yes,
you?
hello, good evening.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Ivy Finkenstadt. I'm in Ward 2, formerly a constituent of the new mayor, and I am here to offer my thanks to outgoing Mayor Casey Munyene and to offer my sincere congratulations to all those who have joined the council, especially my friend David Tansey. I know all of you are going to do amazing work as you join this council, and there's a lot of work to be done in Cheverly. Ward 2 has especially a lot of work to help Ward 1 with all of the connectivity to the Hospital Hill development, and I'm hoping to be more involved and to bring any of my concerns to my new council member and to all of the council members and the mayor.
Thank you so much for those comments. Anyone else online or in person?
Mayor.
Yes.
Madam Clerk, I know I had a resident who sent in input wondering if it could be read. I'm not sure what the procedure is here in terms of whether you should read it or I should read it, or if it can be read at all. Okay. I can
Do you want to read it, Councilmember?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
That sounds good.
This is input from resident Nana Banful, who's in Ward 3, obviously. The unnoticeable aspects of leadership are exceedingly difficult and often undignified, physically taxing and mundane work. I would like to thank outgoing Mayor Casey Munyene and her council representatives, most of whom I am thrilled have been re-elected, for taking up the call to service and for their commitment and diligence in serving all of Cheverly. Specifically, I am grateful for the strides the outgoing slate made in water/drainage management in Cheverly. While a Ward 6 resident and within a month of purchasing my house, even before I knew about Cheverly wards, which one I resided in or who was my representative, Councilwoman Amy Jean Chung Fry was in my backyard on an early Sunday morning helping me to navigate a water retention issue. As a new Ward 3 resident, I have the same level of commitment from re-elected Councilwoman Nicole Briner, as she has addressed and responded to my messages for help or guidance well after business hours. Additionally, I'm grateful for Mayor Casey and her team laying the groundwork, building and leveraging relationships, and initiating discussions to secure the Hospital Hill annexation and managing the crisis with regards to Bladensburg in such a way that Cheverly is still a favorable contender for the annexation. Given this and the outgoing council's unanimous resolution to keep property taxes at the same level in the coming fiscal year, this is an exciting time to be a resident of Cheverly, and I could not be prouder to call it home.
All right, thanks to her for those comments. Anyone else? All right, seeing none, let's move on to committee reports. Rec Council. You all mind?
Since last town meeting, the April 12th Easter egg hunt was a success. Everyone was here. It was moved inside, I believe, because of the rain, but it still was truly a success. As of now, there is nothing else to report. I yield back.
Okay. Is there anyone here from the Cheverly Day Committee? All right. I'm excited not to be giving the report, so thank you.
I'm only stepping forward because I think it might be awkward for you to give the report as mayor today. So I am a member of the Cheverly Day Committee. I don't often step up here, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody remembers, marks their calendar, that Cheverly Day is Saturday, October 4th, and it really is the day to make sure you have on your calendar. There will be fireworks, there will be food, there will be games for young and old, and there will be community organizations, and you can find out everything that you want to be everything that you want here in community. So mark your date, and then also, it's very important that we have more volunteers. This doesn't happen by magic, it happens by a lot of hard work, a lot of collaboration and cooperation with the town staff and elected officials. So please step forward. It's really easy to find out. You can go to the Cheverly Day page, and there are announcements also in the newsletter and shared via the various listservs and on Facebook. Thank you so much.
Any questions for the Cheverly Day Committee? I meant from the council, but go ahead. That's fine.
When it's dark enough to do so. It depends upon the date. And it will be much earlier than 9, given that it's October 4th.
Right. Oh, yes. Former council member Dalaker has a question.
Greetings, thank you. Joe Dalaker, Ward 4. Glad to be not at the dais today. I just wanted to repeat that the question was, since it wasn't picked up on mic, when will the fireworks start? Just wanted to remind everyone, make sure the questions get caught for ASL interpretation. Thank you very much, and have a great meeting.
Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, hearing nothing else from the Cheverly Day Planning Board.
We actually had a meeting just last night, which was very productive. One of the interesting things we learned is that WMATA is proposing putting multifamily housing at 6900 Old Landover Road, which is very wet wetland. There was a time a few years ago where they were going to put a rail yard there, and thanks to Cheverly intervention, that was stopped. And so we'll want to pay close attention to this and see what's happening, because it seems like a bad idea. There were also questions about what's coming into Walgreens, which we will look into. And obviously, Hospital Hill, the submission of the preliminary plan of subdivision, I feel like I say this every month, seems to be imminent, so we need to be ready to provide formal comment. The planning board is ready to do so. And as always, if you'd like to be a member of the planning board, please let me know. We're always looking for new members.
Any questions for the planning board? Seeing none, I believe we have a report from our Board of Elections. Supervisor Chair Robin Kay. And thank you again.
Yeah, thank you. Congratulations to Mayor and Council on your election victories. And congratulations to the residents of Cheverly for a fantastic turnout this election. Normally with my report, I pride myself on being factual and concise and getting out of here. Tonight, I hope you'll indulge me. I have some factual things to say, and I have some remarks, and I would appreciate the opportunity to give them. So first, the facts, Election Day stats that people might be interested in. We had 1,666 ballots cast for this election, which I'm not sure, but unofficially that might be a record. We had 1,444 people who voted in person on Election Day. If you encountered long lines at certain times, that is why. 214 people voted by mail-in ballot, and we had 8 provisional ballots. As far as the split between paper and electronic voting machine, we had 932 people vote by paper ballot and 734 by electronic. Of all those ballots cast, 75 were by Town of Cheverly registered voters. These are people who have registered to vote strictly in the Town of Cheverly and not in Maryland. And 38 of those voters registered with the Town of Cheverly on Election Day. Of those 38, 16 of them were under the age of 18. It was quite impressive. Thanks. There were 2 incidents on the electronic machines of write-in votes where nothing was written in. These were incidents that we had learned about immediately after they happened. And so those were blank write-in votes where the person had intended to write someone in, and we addressed this situation in a variety of ways for future voters coming in after that. But I wanted to be transparent in reporting that in our tabulations, that there were 2 write-in votes that were blank, and it did not affect the outcome of their respective election. All right, now to the remainder of my remarks. Over the past few months, and on Election Day itself, the Board of Election Supervisors was presented with several new situations that have exposed some areas where improvements are needed. And the BOES will be convening for an election post-mortem to discuss our experiences of us, the supervisors, and the feedback received from town employees, election judges, candidates, and various concerned residents. We plan to execute changes on the things that are within the control of the Board of Election Supervisors, and to make recommendations to Mayor and Council and the town for things that are not within our control. A few of these goals that should be attainable in the short term are addressing ward assignment issues with the county data, which presented itself numerous times on Election Day. Areas of the town code that should be amended to plug some loopholes and for consistency of language, and also to remove some parameters that are no longer feasible. Notably, a budget increase to enable us to get that paper ballot scanner that we had in our 2023 election, which was fantastic and wonderful, which we couldn't afford this year, but we would love to return back to that process for a very quick tabulation of votes that doesn't end at midnight. And lastly, one of the items is adding new information and scenarios to our Board of Election Supervisors handbook and updating some antiquated information to better our processes. There are many, many, many other topics we'll be discussing in addition to those, far too many to list. And once we've had sufficiently enjoyed some much needed rest, we will set and publicize our future meeting schedule for the public. To give a preview, some of the topics we will be discussing are enacting mandatory volunteer training prior to Election Day. Also holding a pre-election meeting with candidates to educate everyone on our processes, to address questions and concerns in advance, and to set some clear parameters for Election Day. And another item that we will be discussing is the potential for having a Cheverly police officer on premises, on standby in the police station for the entirety of Election Day and night. That last point is something I never in a million years would have thought I would have to say, but here we are. The Board of Election Supervisors welcomes residents to attend our meetings, air their questions, concerns, and ideas, and we take all feedback seriously, and we spend our time doing due diligence on anything raised with us because it's important, and we value what our fellow Cheverlyans bring to the table. Aside from a couple mistakes earlier this year for which I publicly took responsibility, and aside from some technical issues which were beyond our control, where resident questions were not reaching our email box for a while, the board did a great job of heeding the call of a very demanding election cycle, responding to a heavy and relentless workload, arriving at solutions within budget, and responding to residents' concerns these past few months. We kept our heads down, worked hard, put smiles on our faces, all while down a person due to a seat vacated in 2024 that was not filled. We spend a great deal of our personal time over several months prior to an election doing the work, knowing it is a thankless job. We accept that when we sign up for it. We are not in this for any sort of praise or recognition. We dedicate our efforts to this board because it is personally rewarding to give back to the town in this way, because we love our town. What we don't accept is the surprising level of disrespect and bullying that we encountered. And by we, I mostly mean me, as I tried to shield the rest of the board from messages that came through email or to my personal cell phone number, which apparently got out there. There was misinformation being circulated about our processes, some gross exaggerations about very standard practices, fabrications meant to cast an air of impropriety on us, and a general level of frustration directed us for things outside of our purview or for things that we were already actively working on with the promise of reporting back at the next meeting in 2 weeks' time and getting eviscerated for that not being fast enough. With every election cycle, there is some of this, but the frequency and scale of it this time was off the charts. And with each instance came a slew of messages from concerned residents. And no matter how responsive we were, the flames just kept getting higher on us. Each time there was a string of nasty posts on the Cheverly Exchange, I would receive numerous messages from loads of people with screenshots of the thread and often wanting me to answer, which I would largely ignore, because I choose not to engage in this sort of thing. It is bullying by proxy. We are right here. We are right here, open, transparent, welcoming questions and comments, being responsive to concerns, and time that could have been spent engaging us in a direct and collaborative manner was instead spent on pouring gasoline on the rumor fire. Vitriolic rhetoric is not only unproductive, it's irresponsible as it can lead to uglier and more threatening situations. Just as I tried to shield my fellow board members from much of this, the town staff and administrator did a lot of the same for us. They bore the brunt of so many unpleasant situations, all while working tremendously hard day after day on election matters in addition to the regular duties of their jobs. So much behind-the-scenes work goes into every election, and we have incredible employees in Cheverly who consistently go above and beyond for the Board of Election Supervisors. They do not deserve the treatment they've received these past months. It's unacceptable, and for the first time in my nearly 24 years of living in Cheverly, I feel embarrassed of the people in this town. And still, regardless, or maybe in spite of this, I will continue doing my job. I will continue working with the Board of Election Supervisors in the coming months to make the necessary improvements internally and advocate to you all for the improvements we'd like to see from you to shore up our election procedures. Because I still love this town, and I choose to be on the side of working for the betterment of Cheverly. Mayor and Council, I look forward to our collaboration for the remainder of my tenure, and I thank you for your time, And to the residents who have expressed such passion about our elections, I encourage you to contact your council member to volunteer to be appointed to the vacant seat of the Board of Election Supervisors. Thank you.
Well, let me just briefly, and then I'll turn to council if anyone would like to say anything, but I want to personally thank all 4 supervisors, Robin, Ann Claire, Joseph, and David, for your work, and particularly Robin. The leadership is difficult, and it is, you 4 have had to, as you, I'll paraphrase what you said, do it with a smile in order to motivate the election clerks, but also the election judges, and that is particularly difficult. And so I want to recognize that and thank you for all your work, but also thank you for coming tonight and saying all of that. Just procedurally, I promise that we will get you a 5th supervisor. I know that doesn't address even a fraction of what you said, but we will get you a 5th supervisor. And again, I want to say thank you, and certainly say that some of the behavior you've outlined is unacceptable. Does anyone else want to say anything? Mr. Garces.
I just want to thank the Board of Elections for the work they put in. I would like to agree with Mayor Micah in regards to the that's not what Cheverly is, right? I didn't move into Cheverly to experience things like that. This is the last place that I would ever think for something like this to happen. But again, I've been proven wrong. I've seen myself personally a lot of horrible behavior when it came down to elections. Just calling that out. But thank you to the Board of Elections. I'm sorry that you guys had to go up and endure things like that. I feel like we could pretty much do better as a town. One thing I am going to ask is, since Cheverly Station is now in the works of obtaining cameras, I would like to definitely this year, next election, to obtain ballot boxes and definitely plan that better. I feel like that could be very crucial for the next election as well for whoever's running. So if you could just please start planning for that as well. I know a lot of people wanted that defranchised, not to have a ballot box in Ward 5. That idea is not going anywhere. I'm telling you that right now. So I'm gonna keep on pushing for that regardless of who does not like it or like it. So I appreciate you guys if you guys look into that. Thank you.
And let me also just quickly thank the town staff for providing the help and the some of the insulation or protection that that Chair Kay referenced. Any other councilmen? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to echo the fact that this behavior is unacceptable, both for the Board of Election Supervisors and for town staff. And I hope that in the future, leaders at this table will have the courage to call it out before the election and to ask their supporters to not behave abhorrently with our volunteers and our staff.
Councilmember Wade.
Yeah, I just want to echo the fact of the thanks for the Board of Elections. We were all here for several hours after the election for you all to count the ballots, but you all have been doing this for months now, and we'll do this after months. So we were complaining about the couple hours or so, but the amazing work that you all did and the level of turnout that was for this particular election, you all handled yourself with class, with expertise, with grace. Probably better than I would have handled it, be honest with you. I'm sitting at this table here, and of course to the entire town staff as well. The things that did occur that I did hear about, whatever I did address it to the best of my ability to do that, and I will continue to do that. But look forward to working with you all. Anything that you all need from us to make this more efficient, effective, we're definitely here to do that. But thank you. Kudos to you all and a job well done. Thank you.
Oh, and yeah, thank you for that, council member. I remember the other point I wanted to make was just that I would love to do a deep dive with the board at a work session, maybe some month that's not May, after you've had a chance to digest. Councilmember Frye.
I was just going to, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Councilmember LeGloheck.
I was just going to say that, and I think I've told this to Robin too, is I've been on her side of the table, having been in her position, and so I know, and I can't say enough about the job that they did. I mean, this was, as she said, a historic election with the numbers that we had, and I certainly she did her best to try and update us throughout the day, and it was certainly, the things that she did throughout this election season were above and beyond, and I can't say enough about what the work that the Board of Election Supervisors did and the town staff. And I just say that there aren't enough kudos to go around for what the job that they did. And I echo the mayor's comments about, anything that we can do to help their job going forward. I think that's something we all have to do to the best of our ability to make their job easier.
Please.
So, Board of Supervisor Chair Robin Kay, I just want to say thank you for not saying I'm quitting up there, because I was bracing myself and I was very worried, just because I think most of us felt the amount of stress and pressure that you all were under. Also hearing little bits here and there, but even on the day of, having instruction given and then within 10 minutes people just ignoring the instruction that you gave as you walk away. It was downright disappointing to see community members, neighbors at that, to just be so disrespectful to one another. So I just want to say that I do feel for all of you and all of our volunteers who were in here that day, and for our staff as well. And that moving forward, I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned here for all of us, and that I hope that people will not be repeating those similar mistakes in 2 years, 3 years, whenever these next elections are, because personally, I saw similar behavior from previous elections, so I don't know that people are learning their lessons. I think it's very much easily forgiven, and then we move on and then act the same way again. So if we want to have volunteers, I feel like there's a reason why we don't have 5, because people see how difficult it is. But we need to have at least 5 Board of Supervisor chairs up there, so that they could be working in their time, their free time that they have, because they do have full-time jobs and they are volunteers. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for all the work that you put in. And I, like you, it will take time to kind of get over the disappointment, but hopefully our community will step in and make sure that we don't see that behavior again.
Thank you for that. I will just say on the 5th supervisor seat, please let me know if you have ideas, council members, but also members of the public. Let me know if you have ideas, and I would like to make that appointment this summer at the latest. If all hearts are clear on the elections, I think that takes us to Ethics Commission. Is anyone here from the Ethics Commission? Okay, seeing none, I will go to item 7 on the agenda, Asian American, Native, Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month Proclamation. I will read the proclamation and then invite council members to comment if you would like. Proclamation. Proclamation celebrating and recognizing Asian American, Native, Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, AANHPI, May 2025, a legacy of leadership and resilience. Whereas the month of May is celebrated nationwide as Asian Pacific American Heritage Month to recognize the contributions and influence of Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, Desi Americans, and Pacific Islanders here in the United States. Whereas Executive Order 14031, titled Advancing Equity, Justice, and Opportunity for Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders, originally signed by President Joe Biden on May 28, 2021, was rescinded by the current president on the first day of his new term on January 20, 2025. And whereas in the absence of leadership from the current administration on AA-NHPI initiatives, the Federal Asian Pacific American Council, FAPAC, announced the theme for the May 2025 Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander AA-NHPI Heritage Month, a legacy of leadership and resilience. And whereas Native Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders are indigenous to the lands which are now occupied as U.S. states and territories, and it is crucial to recognize the distinct history and role that the United States has played in the displacement of indigenous traditions, languages, and people. And whereas the umbrella term of Asian Pacific American does not fully characterize and encompass its 50-plus countries, unique cultures, hundreds of languages, different religions, vibrant traditions, and distinct immigration paths to be part of America's diverse and rich tapestry. Just waiting for the translation. And whereas Asian Americans have had a long and rich history in America, beginning with the arrival of Filipinos in Morro Bay in 1587. And spreading across the land, including the establishment of fishing village communities in the bayous of Louisiana in the late 1700s and early 1800s, and their role constructing the Transcontinental Railroad as cheap indentured labor in 1865. And whereas the town of Cheverly pays tribute to the AA-NHPI trailblazers and leaders whose resilience and courage have paved the way for future generations. And this history serves as a reminder for all those who risked so much to usher in change. And whereas the legacy of leadership and resilience applies right here in the town of Cheverly, having its first Korean American elected council member and vice mayor serving the town since 2019. And whereas even today, as we witness immigrants in America being unjustly targeted and persecuted without due process, the stories of Japanese American incarceration camps and the Chinese Exclusion Act are stark reminders of another dark time in our country when American values of diversity and inclusion were overcome with xenophobia and anti-Asian racism. And whereas we continue to see widespread marginalization of Asian American communities, including the erasure of Asian American history from textbooks, heightened discrimination and violence during the recent COVID-19 pandemic, and the reinforcement of damaging myths like the perpetual foreigner and model minority stereotypes. And whereas the Cheverly Mayor and Town Council rejects all racist rhetoric, terminology, phrases, and words, especially now during this regime that rejects the Constitution and the values of Cheverly, and holds itself and the community accountable to address all types of disrespect and harassment to ensure that every part of Cheverly feels safe in this uncertain time. And whereas the town of Cheverly is committed to celebrating the diversity, progress, and achievement of AA-NHPI communities, not just during the month of May, but every day, and is committed to inclusion and to advancing equity and justice for the AA-NHPI communities and people of all races, national origins, and ethnicities. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Cheverly Mayor and Town Council recognizes and acknowledges the contributions, achievements, and influence of the AA-NHPI communities in celebration of Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and celebrates the AA-NHPI communities every day, and recommits themselves and the town to embrace the ideals of diversity and inclusion and the activity that requires. Adopted this 8th day of May 2025. I will start the signing of this while any council members offer any reactions, if you would like. Councilmember Garces, please.
Just wanted to say that was very well put. Whoever wrote it definitely feels and sees the struggle that some in communities do go through. So I just want to appreciate our and say thank you to our Councilmember Fry for all the hard work you put in, and we do recognize you and appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Garces. Any other council members? All right. Hearing none. Item 8 on the agenda is the selection of the vice mayor. This, I will freestyle here and say the town charter provides that the town of Cheverly have a vice mayor selected by the council from the council, and the role of the vice mayor is to act in the absence of the mayor and otherwise represent the entire town as needs come up throughout the year. Councilmember Garces.
Not sure. Are we going to nominate somebody, or can I set a motion to nominate someone? Ooh.
Yes, we would have to make a motion, yes. Unless there's general discussion, I'd be happy to entertain a motion.
I would like to set a motion to nominate Councilmember Amy Fry for vice mayor.
The Ward 6 council member, Amy Fry, has been nominated to be vice mayor. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
The motion has been seconded by Councilmember Briner. We will now enter discussion. Do any council members want to speak on the pending motion made by Councilmember Garces? Go ahead, Councilmember Fry.
Councilmember Garces, thank you for the motion, and Councilmember Briner, thank you for the second. I would actually like to decline that nomination, but in that ask that you rescind your motion so that I could make a motion to actually nominate Councilmember Briner to be the vice mayor.
All right, there is all right, there is a motion on the floor and it's been seconded. Councilmember Garces, did you want to withdraw?
I would like to withdraw my motion.
All right, thank you, sir. The motion is withdrawn. What is the will of the council? Councilmember Fry.
Does Councilmember Briner also withdraw? I withdraw my second.
Great, thank you.
So
all right,
I would like
Councilmember Fry, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you. I would like to make a motion to nominate Councilmember Briner to be the vice mayor.
All right, Councilmember Fry has nominated Ward 3 Councilmember Nicole Briner to be the vice mayor. Is there a second for that motion?
Second.
Councilmember Garces has seconded the motion. Is there debate or discussion? Councilmember Fry.
Just to explain my motion, with, I think, the three of us being up here for probably the most amount of time aside from you, I think that Councilmember Briner has the experience, one, but also just the knowledge of just what's been happening, because a lot of the policy that's come forward in the past couple years, I would say, a lot of that came from Councilmember Briner. She has a way with words, so if you don't have her newsletter, I suggest that you follow it, because she's actually very, very good and very timely with it. But for a variety of reasons, I think that she would be a good partner to the mayor to be able to provide that additional support as we move forward, because there's a lot of things that are coming down. So having that partnership, I think, is very good, but also just being able to bring the experience that she has as well as we navigate, since we do have a few new council members. So.
Thank you for that. Other council members wishing to speak? Councilmember Tanzi.
I would also like to speak to some of the points Councilmember Fry just spoke to. I also have valued, actually, Councilmember Briner's newsletter, which has been very detailed. And as a new, just elected council member, I appreciate both her fluency in rules and procedures and institutional knowledge that she has as a longtime council member. There are a lot of important issues coming up that have been going on for years and have a level of detail that I will need access to. And I look forward to her leadership and the continued leadership of Councilmember Fry and the other sitting or returning council members who can bring that depth of knowledge so that we can be effective and know what our points of leverage are so we do not waste opportunities.
All right, thank you for that. Other council members seeking to speak on this motion? Councilmember Wade.
Yeah, I'm abstaining from the vote, but I do hands down believe that, are we voting in order or what?
Yes, we will be voting.
Okay, so this is comments?
Yes, we're still in debate.
Yeah, I definitely believe that council member Briner hands down has knowledge of what to do as far as policy. She's definitely understand the rules and would, if she becomes the vice mayor, she would become be an asset to the team regarding that. So I yield back.
All right, and I believe, Mr. Galloway, I hate to put you on the spot, but I believe I also get to vote on this.
That is correct.
All right, so I apologize for putting you on the spot, but it looks like I asked the right guy. All right, are there other council members wishing to speak? Any other comments? Councilmember Garces.
I would just like to agree with my colleagues up here that I believe also that Nicole Briner would make an amazing vice mayor, and definitely she has definitely contributed to the town and town policies, and I couldn't think of anyone other than her.
Councilmember Briner.
I just want to say that I'm humbled by all of this discussion, and that so much gratitude and credit and acknowledgement needs to go to Councilmember Fry and also former Mayor Munyene. They took a position that was essentially designated survivor and changed it into a way for us all to be stronger and to work better together. And I am deeply, deeply indebted to their leadership, no matter how this vote turns out, and want to acknowledge just the amazing paths that they have created for the rest of us.
Does that make you Kiefer Sutherland? I guess so.
I think my point was that I'm not.
Oh, right, that you're not. I see. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, any other comments? Anyone? All right, I'll call for a vote. The motion on the floor is to elect Nicole Briner, Ward 3 council member, as the vice mayor for the ensuing 2-year term. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions?
Abstention.
One abstention from Councilmember Wade. Oh, Councilmember LeGloek is also abstaining. So I think that's 5-0 and 2 abstentions for the record. Did I get that right? Okay. Congratulations. All right. Item 9, Town Administrator Report. Mr. Galloway. And thank you for everything you did to make tonight happen. Sir.
Thank you, Mayor Watson. It was a team effort with the town staff that's sitting here today and some staff that worked behind the scenes. But first and foremost, congratulations to you all. I look forward to working with you on this new journey. Council members Tansey and LeGloek, look forward to working with you on the team. We're excited about what we have moving forward and look forward to working with you all. Our updates this evening will be brief. Mayor and Council, just wanted to put it on your calendar there. The MML Summer Conference will be June 22nd through June 25th. Yeah, we can't pay for that. I'm sorry. June 22nd through June 25th, okay? We will be in touch with you all individually to ensure that you can attend, because there is a registration fee and things that we have to do, and we want to make sure that we get the early bird registration. I'm just going to provide a few highlights of my report. You all will be in touch with town staff tomorrow regarding your emails and your credentials for your emails. We're going to try things a little different. That's been recommended by our new provider, where instead of having your Ward 1 or Ward 2, you're going to have your first initial and your last name that goes to the email account. A lot of times in these Ward 1s and these, mayors, et cetera, people misspell the words or whatever, so we're just going to keep everything first initial, last name at cheverly-md.gov. So that's what we're working on right now, and tomorrow we will be in touch with you all individually to give you the credentials. If you are a current elected official, your emails will continue to be forwarded to that. We're going to, yes.
So they'll stay on, because there's a lot of different
Correct.
organizations that still use it, so even if we start using something different.
You still have the same access.
Okay. Well, no, will people who use that email, the CM Ward 6, still be able to?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Thank you.
yes. We just put in some extra security measures and features with this, and that was at the recommendation of Nauticon. Mayor and Council, please mark your calendar for June 4th at 10 a.m. WSSC will be having a municipal town hall in lieu of all the work that's going on in town. I highly recommend that you attend this meeting. Just to let you all know, last year they had their first municipal town hall, and it was due to the advocacy of town staff from the town of Cheverly. We took the general manager on a field trip throughout Cheverly to show some of the deficient areas of their infrastructure. So, as a result of that, the first municipal town meeting happened last year, and they're going to make this an annual thing. So please attend that if you can. The budget process, of course, we're at the tail end of it. I'm asking Mayor and Council if we can meet next Thursday at 6 p.m. If we can't do 6, I do know that next Thursday we have PGCMA as well. But if possible, next Thursday at 6 p.m. to do a final review and a first reader for fiscal year 26 budget. We will get the actual budget out to you if you don't have it, just for your review, the numbers. But for the most part, we're pushing for first reader next Thursday. Mayor and Council, does that appear to be an issue?
Does that work for everyone? It's a 6 o'clock meeting, a week from tonight. Okay, and so, go ahead, council member. Can you talk into the microphone? It's okay.
Newbies, right? A Zoom link be provided so I could just log in on the way over here?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm fine with that. I don't hear any strong objections. So everyone will have their budget drafts, but the budget will be published on the website on Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. And that will include the capital budget?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
What you should get on Tuesday should be the complete packet of what we will be presenting on Thursday.
Thank you, sir. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Problem. The fiscal year 25 audit season has begun. We're anticipating an early audit. The Legit Training Award. Mayor and Council, at the next work session meeting, Matt Peter, the legit president, will come and present an award to the town staff. We applied for a training grant, and we received the training grant. So we're excited about that. So whenever we schedule a training, I definitely want to dovetail a mayor and council retreat if that's possible. So that will be discussed at a later date. In mayor and council, town of Cheverly, the last thing that I want to do is introduce my deputy town administrator, Ms. Farhana Abdul. Ms. Farhana brings a significant amount of experience retiring from Prince George's County. She's worked in many departments as far as accounting, human resource, risk management. So we're lucky to have her on our team. We're excited to have her on our team. She's already made an impact in operations. So we look forward to great things. And again, Mayor and Council, thank you all so much. That concludes my report. And again, congratulations, and I look forward to working with you.
Thank you. I'm going to ask council members if they have questions of Mr. Galloway, and then at the end of that, so I don't put you on the spot, Ms. Abdul, if you can just say a few words about your background and introduce yourself to Cheverly. Are there questions from the council for Mr. Galloway about his report or not his report? Vice Mayor.
Can you say very briefly, but just a little bit more about what the training grant award is?
Yes, a human resources grant that we received training, that we applied for. It's an harassment training grant that Legit didn't offer, so they funded the grant for us to provide a third-party person to come in and provide the training. So, yes.
Thank you.
Councilmember Wade.
Yeah, is there a time limit regarding the email being transferred over? Is there a cutoff time for that? Is that just endless time?
What do you mean?
The old email address is going to be transferred into our new email account.
I think it'll auto forward,
Yeah,
but I think CM Ward 1 at Cheverly will never stop sending you email.
Correct.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Because we know we have residents out there who have that memorized.
That's correct.
Yeah, that'll continue to get to you.
Correct.
Sorry to cut you off. Right. Other council members with questions for the town administrator? Councilmember Garces.
Just want to say thank you, Mr. Galloway. Thank you for everything, you and your staff, including, Public Works, Police Department. Thank you for everything, honestly. And, yeah.
Thank you.
Seeing no others, Deputy Town Administrator Abdul, please introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Farhana, and I am really delighted to be here. Cheverly is a busy place, and I welcome it. For those who I'm just meeting tonight, it's a pleasure. I worked for Prince George's County government for 24 years. I worked in the Office of the Chief of Police. I then transferred to the Risk Management Division, Personnel Services. I worked in Human Resources. My last stop was Fiscal Management Division. After battling with budgets and numbers, I got tired of that for a while, took a break, and went back to the Human Resources side of county government. My specialty is returning people back to work. The injured on Prince George's County government came back to work on time when I managed their cases. I'm well known for that. So, but other than that, I am really, really excited to be here.
Thank you. We're very excited to have you. We welcome you, and we hope we will be kind to you. We hope we are graceful and kind to you.
Thank you.
I believe you are up, Deputy Chief Kraus.
Okay, well, congratulations, Mayor and Council. And if I could, real quick, she's probably going to kill me. I've known her for 24 years, her entire career, And I believe that the town of Cheverly is fortunate and lucky to have her here. So I wanted to add that. Let's talk about catalytic converter thefts. We had 5 or 6 last night in Ward 1. This crime occurs very quickly, within usually 2 minutes or less, with a powered sawzall. They climb under the vehicle. It takes very little time, very hard to detect. Our officers are working that investigation on the opposite side of this case, as in where they're going to and who's buying them. So obviously, years past, you could sell them at pawn shops. Pawn shops no longer purchase them. So we're thinking that it could very well be either an auto body shop or a mechanic shop fairly close by, and we're working with Prince George's County WAVE auto theft teams, and working together, we'll try to solve it on that side. In the meantime, high visibility patrols throughout the town, increased patrols directly in the side streets and on the side streets, and just to deter any additional thefts. We are continuing cycling officers through 2025 in-service, which is MPCTC required yearly in-service training, and we've begun 2025 firearms training. MPCTC has notified all agencies of pending audits on background investigations and field training manuals, so we have already audited our own, and we're ready for that when it occurs. Myself, Sergeant Byler, and Sergeant Blount all attended FBI Leads earlier this week, which is a law enforcement executive development seminar. Let's see. Executive command staff attended PLEA annual training last week, and Lieutenant Gleason is organizing and scheduling various types of use of force training, to include semunitions and scenario-based training that we will be inviting the mayor and council out to participate and attend if you're so inclined or interested. If you could imagine, it's similar to paintball. So yes. Patrol and traffic safety, CPD officers observed a suspicious occupied vehicle parked in the area of the 62nd Avenue and State Street last week. The vehicle was occupied 3 times in the middle of the night. Upon arrival, officers smelled a strong odor of PCP coming from the vehicle. 2 gentlemen were found to be in possession of cigarettes dipped in the PCP, and an additional $1,600 worth of liquid PCP was recovered. Both suspects were arrested and charged without incident. Last week, we had an incident on Cheverly Avenue and Montrose Road in which a mentally ill, highly intoxicated individual approached one of our town residents and slashed all 4 tires with a very large knife, and then chased him around and threatened to kill him. Our officers were on scene within 45 seconds and immediately effected an arrest without further incident and no use of force. So if this it's just one of many examples that I could continue to give you on why you have your own police department. 40-some second response and an arrest is pretty amazing without incident. We've conducted numerous walks and ward walks in the last few weeks, and we enjoy doing those, getting our officers out on the road so that they can meet the town, and the town gets to meet them. We look forward to that, and we would like to continue that through the warmer weather. And finally, Public Safety Day is coming up fast, May 30th. Down at the ball field. We'll have it out in the newsletter and on social media tomorrow. And we look forward to everyone coming out for our event. We have lots of apparatus and different agencies participating. And that's it for us.
Council members have questions for the Deputy Chief of Police. Councilmember Wade.
Yes, just a comment regarding the catalytic converter situation. I just want to thank Deputy Chief Cross for her support. Reached out to her briefly regarding the Ward 1. I believe it's only 1 Ward 1, then it was 4 Ward 2, 3 or 4 Ward 2. but her response and working with Officer Lee to be available to speak with the resident. He did not want to at the time, but just thank you all again for Chief as well for his leadership, and the team is truly amazing. And a lot of times these things you can't particularly stop, but the aspect of response time and the back end of things is truly amazing here. I would just urge residents to please take advantage of the camera rebate situation that we have. It will help our purchase. That will also help our police officers, our staff, as far as investigation and regard that aspect. So please, if you don't have a camera, you might want to look into that. It will definitely help out our neighbors as a whole as well. As I yield back. Thank you.
Thank you. Other council members? Seeing none, Supervisor Cardenas, please.
Good evening, Mayor and Vice Mayor, council members. Welcome to our new council members. We're going to start with the Legion Park. We successfully installed light cages on the concrete pad at Legion Park. Cheverly Woodland Management Project. Prince George's County and the partnership with the Clean Water Partnership have begun removing invasive species around Red Maple Run in NCPPC's Cheverly East Park and nearby town-owned land. The project objective is to eliminate invasive over the course of 2 to 3 years and preserve the tree canopy. More information is available on the Public Works webpage under the Resources section. Now I'm going to pass it to my colleague, Aja Pram.
I'll speak up. Good evening and welcome. I am really pleased to announce that we are finally launching a pilot composting program in the town of Cheverly. This program will be in partnership with the town of Edmonston, Compost Crew, and EcoCity Farms. It's been funded through grant monies awarded by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Natural Resources Conservation Services, Agriculture and Innovation Production. The program will collect data and statistics from June to November to aid us in assessing the overall costs of launching a full-time composting program. We'll be publishing the online web form for residents to sign up for the program on Monday, May 12th. There are 60 slots available, so if you're interested, please sign up as soon as possible. Again, Monday. We thank the town of Edmonston, especially their town administrator, Rod Barnes, for granting us this opportunity, and I am really excited to see what we are able to do. Are there any questions?
Councilmember Fry.
So is this just composting, not the food composting?
So it will be food composting.
Is it only food composting?
Yes.
So it's the program I'm waiting for.
Proper composting program. On the website, once the web form is up, there will be a detailed guide to what has the ability to be composted and what does not. So I'm just going to ask for your patience on that, but I'm happy to answer any questions that I can.
Okay. Well, thank you for announcing this after the election so that I could secure my husband's vote, because he's not too excited about it, but I'm very excited about it, so thank you for doing this.
Well, you don't have to sign up if you don't want to.
No, we will. Thank you.
Excellent. Other council, Vice Mayor Briner.
Yay! I suspect that this is going to be very popular, and I know you're probably already prepared for this, but this is going to be like a Beyonce Ticketmaster situation for the compost program. So, yeah, we will gladly promote it, but good luck with the website not crashing.
Are there other questions for the Public Works Department from the council? Seeing none, item 12, Review the May work session agenda and future requests. Why don't we start, and then town administrator can tell us what we forgot or what's already on the agenda. Vice Mayor, did you have an item?
Just a reminder that the first work session of the term is when we review the rules and procedures for meetings. This is an opportunity for mayor and council to take a look at what has been in place and to decide together if we want to make any adjustments. So once everyone has their new email address, I will send around the current rules and procedures. If everyone could try to take a look at them before the work session and come with ideas for what needs to be changed or arguments for what needs to stay, I think that would make the process very productive.
Yes, so that will be on the agenda. I think we will not vote to adopt those rules at the work session. We will endeavor to adopt them at the June town meeting because that's, we don't want it to drag into this summer. Other items, I have a few. Well, I'll start with mine then. I had that on my list, Vice Mayor, so I can cross that off. Of course, it will be the second reading of the budget ordinance. Any changes will have been published. And then folks can come and discuss the budget. That will be the second reading of the budget, so please sharpen your pencils on that. I'd like to put Hospital Hill PPS on there, even if there's nothing to discuss, just so it's on the agenda. We should apportion our liaison jobs. I will be relinquishing Cheverly Day. I believe we may have a contender for that coveted title, and we can all sort out at that meeting and of course, I think council members get right of first refusal for what they already have, if they like that. And then if we can just have on the agenda MML Summer Conference Coordination. I think council members will have already by then declared to the town staff, I believe it's Ms. Richards, whether they are going. And but in this coordination, I think we should take a look at the agenda and say, okay, who's going, but then of who's going, what do we want to cover? What are the key topics? And that doesn't have to be a lengthy discussion. Other items that council wants, Councilmember Frye.
Were we also supposed to do the stop sign camera committee thing? Or at least talk about how we want to formulate some sort of advisory body that's going to come up with some sort of guidelines for that?
Yes, go ahead.
My understanding is that, yes, there's supposed to be a stop sign committee formed, and, they will bring their recommendations back to the mayor and council. So maybe we can form the committee here if it hasn't already been formed. We haven't scheduled any meetings or anything yet, which is so we can form the committee here, and then that committee can report out at the June town meeting.
Okay, so form the committee during the work session.
Yes.
So we should come with people in mind?
Yes.
Would that be the best way to do it?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So, Mayor and Council, there's already a tentative committee that we have that has residents on it along with town staff, and I think that we need to include an elected official to make the committee whole.
I have a resident who I wanted to be on the committee, so I thought we were formulating that at the work session.
We can do that.
But so
We
still
can do
able to
that,
put
but
forward
if
some
you want to forward your resident to us, we can include them in the committee right now as well.
Yeah, that's really all I.
All right,
and I
that's
don't know if
fine.
anyone else does too, but
Okay.
Vice Mayor Briner.
We're also waiting, I think, the last time we talked to the stop sign camera vendor, there were some specific requests for data and information that they were going to get back to us on. And I feel like it would be helpful if we were to receive that before the work session, so that we could review that as well, just to provide more context for choosing a committee.
We can do that.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
All right, the other item that I had would be an update on the Hometown Heroes, because the committee will have met by then.
Correct.
I know that was your idea, but I'm going to take credit for it. So that is on the May work session agenda. Any other items? Okay, Mr. Galloway, what did we forget?
Bike trail, but we might need to kick the bike trail into the June town meeting or July town meeting. We typically don't have a June work session, so.
Okay, anything else that we forgot? I think that's
it.
Okay. Other council members? Councilmember Garces.
I know I sound like a broken record, Mr. Galloway, but maybe an update on that ADA pathway around.
An update on the Kilmer Street Park pathway.
Okay, we can add that to the agenda as well.
Councilmember Fry.
And if we can look at making sure that we schedule with SHA, maybe to come in for their quarterly or whatnot, and to see what their progress is on that 202 study that they're doing, just for some sort of update, or at least if we have at the work session to know when it's scheduled, so even if they're not coming in May,
Okay.
which is fine, just getting it scheduled would be great.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, seeing no further items, we are on item 13, Mayor and Council announcements. So council members, for the two new council members, this is your 5 minutes to speak about whatever you want, fish fry, this is going on, that's going on, or address whatever you want. We don't conduct any business. It's your kind of open speech time. Would anyone like to kick us off? Councilmember Garces.
So just again, just a shout out to and thank yous all around, town staff, public works, police department, board of elections, and want to say congratulations to the newly elected council members and Mayor Micah as well. Is it Mayor Micah or Mayor Watson? Mayor Micah, right? All right. I also want to especially thank our town clerk, Giselle Richards. I know some of the people that came out and voted for Ward 5, they were activating you all the time to come translate for them, and I really do appreciate you doing that and being attentive to them. Thank you so much, and just thank all you guys for the hard work y'all put in. Appreciate y'all. Oh, and welcome Deputy Town Administrator Farhan Abdul, and congratulations to you, newly elected Vice Mayor Nicole Briner.
Sorry to jump in on that, but council member, you made me think. I think when we do the deep dive with the Board of Elections, we should talk about language accessibility. Translation needs, whether we need to, I don't have any, there's a lot there. I'm not going to speculate, but there's ASL, there's foreign languages, there's, anyway, I don't know that we've ever in town had that. Anyway, okay, I'll stop brainstorming. Councilmember Fry.
Actually, one of the things that Councilmember Gallagher and I talked about before the end of his term was bringing back the Disability Advisory Board that he had kind of come up with, and making that an advisory body to the mayor and council so that they could kind of be activated to help all of our organizations as well as the town make sure that we are providing kind of just accessibility and all those services. And we might not be able to do everything overnight, but perhaps we come up with like a 5-year strategy plan that attacks, all different aspects of that as we move forward. So just that was on the heels of that idea. I've thought long and hard about my first council announcements for this term. And I think what I will summarize very quickly is just, I think what the Board of Election Supervisor, Robin Kay, kind of summarized tonight. I'm very grateful to have been reelected. But through the process, I think still trying to fully process the amount of disappointment that I have in my community, and what I think many of us have gone through in the past couple months. So with that said, I know now is the time where we're all supposed to say, oh, let's just move on, we've got to work together, and all the happy kumbaya stuff. And I don't disagree with that because, this morning I woke up to the news of ICE raids in Brentwood, right? I spent my morning at a funeral, and it gave me a lot of time to just reflect on what's happening around us and where I'm putting my energy and my time. Why I'm choosing, to put myself out there again, despite all of the disinformation being put out there intentionally by people who call themselves my neighbors. And I do it for my family because I am a second generation Korean American. My parents are immigrants, and right now immigrants are being attacked. And I think one of the things that Cheverly values is the diversity, and immigrants are a huge part of that diversity. And I love the fact that my child can walk our dog around the block and not feel worried. But I will tell you that in the past few weeks, I've been worried about my child walking around the block. And it's not because of ICE raids, it's because of my neighbors. And so I ask that everybody really take a deep reflection about what is important in this community and what do we value and how we get to those values and how we get to where we want to be without sacrificing those values. So with that said, I'll get off my little soapbox there, but we have a lot to do because our communities are under attack. And there's a lot happening everywhere. And people are losing their jobs, and there's funding that's being taken from, organizations at the federal level, at the local level. It's a lot of trauma that is happening right now. So we need to rely on each other more than ever. So I will say that, and I also want to just give a big thank you to our former mayor, Casey Munyane, who from the moment I met her, put so much time and effort into this community. Despite the criticisms along the way, she stuck to her morals and her values, and really strived to do what was in the best interest of the community, in the town, and to be a good leader. And I think that she did a fabulous job doing that. So I want to make sure that I publicly thank her for her leadership, her mentorship, and her friendship throughout that time. And I look forward to the things that we will continue to do together. Welcome to our new council, full council here. We have a lot of work to do. So I look forward to that. And Deputy Town Administrator Farhana Abdul, thank you, welcome. Thank you for choosing Cheverly to be part of our community here. We have built a really great team. And despite all that we've been through in the last month and a half, I think hopefully coming out stronger, not losing anybody, and really figuring out how we're gonna navigate the next 2 years together to make sure that we're protecting the values that Cheverly holds dear and really protecting every single person in our community.
Vice Mayor Briner.
Okay, thank you. I know Amy and I coordinate a lot of things, even what we wore tonight, but I promise you we did not coordinate our council announcements, so apologies if this sounds a little redundant. First, I just want to say we have the best staff, and I appreciate them so much, and the Board of Election Supervisors. I mean, Monday was a heroic undertaking, and it looked pretty seamless from where I was, so thank you to everyone. And I know Saturday is going to be a different kind of heroic undertaking, and I appreciate you in advance. And welcome to our new council members. So my uncle died last night, which is very sad. He was sick for a little while. We didn't always see eye to eye, but that doesn't make his passing less sad or upsetting. He was a Vietnam vet, and he saw a lot in Vietnam that I think, obviously I didn't meet him until after that, but I think it changed him a lot. And for the past few months, for the end of his life, he got most of his care at the VA. And I don't want to say that the changes that have happened at the VA led to his death, but I want to say that elections have consequences, and the things that are happening right now have consequences, and those consequences are things that affect all of us. There is a lot that is happening that maybe doesn't make the papers, maybe doesn't make a meme, but it's ongoing, and the cuts that are happening right now just have a lot of repercussions. And so, similar to Councilmember Fry, I've been thinking a lot about how we're using our time and energy and how there are important things happening. And I think if we think about the amount of time and energy that was spent on this election to unseat our first black mayor, let's take that time and energy that we now have that is free and put it towards some other things that really matter and that can help. So I hope everyone will just think about where is my time, where is my energy best spent, because there are definitely a lot of places that need it right now. So yeah, that's it for me.
Thank you. Yeah, why don't we just keep going? Councilmember Wade.
Again, as I emphasized earlier, the election board committee, thank you for your hard work, dedication. Cheverly is an amazing place. We do have a lot of difference of opinions about things, but I am truly optimistic that this council, mayor and council, can move forward and make sure that we work to the best of our ability. We will not always agree, but I believe everyone sitting at this table has Cheverly in their best interest, and I hope that we stick to that principle moving forward regarding that. I want to thank my Ward 1 residents for supporting me. I do not take it lightly as a freshman council member. I definitely made mistakes. First email I sent out everyone's email address instead of blind copying. But you all worked with me, and I work with you all. I don't say this. I take pride in saying that my ward is the most active ward. The proof is in the pudding. The data says that. And that is a great responsibility. And I don't take that lightly. And I will work even harder to work with. We will not always agree. But I promise you that my heart, my knowledge, my skills are in the best interest of Ward 1 and the best interest of this town as a whole regarding that. So thank you again, and I appreciate you all coming out to vote for me. It will be Mother's Day on this upcoming Sunday. I will not be where I am if it weren't for my late mother, who was an educator, was a amazing person. God rest her soul. But acknowledging her, and of course acknowledging my amazing wife, who is the cog in the wheel that allows me to sit at this table and to serve and raising our amazing boys. So thank you to all the mothers out there, not even biological, but mother figures. God bless you all. Hopefully someone will be acknowledging you and making sure that you are recognized, not just on that day, but every day. And regarding that, it is my beloved son, namesake Christopher's 8th birthday this Saturday, so I have to shout him out. Happy early birthday, Christopher. I love you dearly. You are truly amazing in everything you do. The sky is the limit regarding that. And it will soon to be that time for the 3rd annual Ward 1 Community Day. And we will make this one to remember, so be on the lookout for that. Please, everyone, come out. All the Cheverly Town organizations, even outside organizations that can benefit the citizens, the residents, the constituents of the town, please get me in contact with them so we can provide resources, an amazing day to experience. So please look out for that as a whole. But again, thank you again for another opportunity to serve another 2 years to my beloved residents of Ward 1. And I look forward to working with you another 2 years. I yield back.
Okay, well, I will sort of pick up on the same vein that everybody has been saying. I will also thank my Ward 2 residents who voted for me, and I'm going to thank those Ward 2 residents who didn't vote for me, because I was in the ward that had the most candidates, and it was a great race. I had great opponents, and I thank all of them for stepping up. We had a very great field that, everybody who stepped into this race, and so I hope that my opponents will stay involved, and I know that some of them are already being tapped for things, and we're going to look to get them all involved in great things. I thank the Board of Election Supervisors. As I said in my comments earlier, I have been on that side of the table. I know the kind of job that they have, and it is, as Robin said, it's a thankless job, and they did it with great grace and great resilience. The town staff, who I'm looking forward to getting to know much better, and as I learn my way around the town, I think it's going to be a great experience for the next 2 years, and I'm looking forward to getting to know my fellow council members and my friend Michael Watson, who I've known for a long time, and I'm looking forward to learning the ins and outs of this town council. And what I'm just going to say here is sort of picking up on something that Councilmember Fry said. There's division all around us, and there is unity to be found. There is disappointment all around us, and there is joy to be found. There's work to be done, and let's get to it.
I'll keep my comments brief, since I'm sure everyone's ready to go. I've only been in this role for a few hours, but since the election on Monday, and even actually during the election on Monday, I was able to speak to the Chief of Police, and since then work with staff members, and I want to say both what other people are saying, that we're very grateful for your work, but just to add to that, they have been very willing to do whatever is necessary to be accommodating and move forward. It makes me feel like we already have a very productive relationship. It really makes me believe our staff is capable and dedicated to this work, and that makes me feel like this is going to be a productive council term.
All right, thank you for that. Let me just, well, I already spoke earlier, so I'll just get on with the announcements, as you may recall. So Saturday is a big day here at Town Hall. It starts at 8 a.m. I think there's 4 separate events happening, 2 of which involve this buying and selling of plants, one of which is a bake sale, and the other is, of course, the first community market of the year. Please do not drive to Town Hall if you can avoid it. If you need a ride, please call me or call someone else and try to avoid, because there will be very limited parking. If you do need to drive, you need to drive. If you don't, please try to find alternative ways up here. That, again, is this Saturday, the 10th of May, starting at 8 a.m. and basically lasting until noon. Second item, I will be hosting Mayor's Hours in person. I think we're going to try Mondays, the traditional time. If no one shows up, we'll find another day of the week. But I'm going to start this Monday, I guess, which I believe is the 12th of May. And we'll try 7 to 9 a.m. here at Town Hall and see how it goes. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm hardcore. I'm not that hardcore. So again, that is Monday, May 12th at 7 p.m., probably for 2 hours here at Town Hall. Last item is the town newsletter. I want to remind our new council members that largely because of the work of Council Member Munyene and now former Mayor Munyene, council members have a page in the newsletter for their own comments. Please avail yourselves of that, but avail yourself before the 15th of the month of that option. Everyone else, returning council members, I think they know about that, and I will appreciate the staff's reminders for the mayor's FYI to get that in there. I think that's it from me. And Councilmember Garces.
I just want to remind everyone that we do ward walks in Ward 5 and 6. The Cheverly Station Apartments at the end of every last Wednesday of the month. Yes, every last Wednesday of the month. I welcome everyone to come out, just walk with us. We say 6 o'clock, but let's be real, 6:30. That's my fault. I come from DC all the time, so I already know how that is. So I want to just extend the welcome to everyone, especially the new elect. Just come out there, just see what Cheverly Station Apartments about, and as well as you, Mayor Micah. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Where do we meet at 6-ish?
At the visitors parking lot, right next to Mi Pueblita Bakery.
Got it. Next to the bakery.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And that's the last Wednesday of every month. All right. Thank you for that. Any other? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
It was made by Vice Mayor Briner, seconded by Councilmember Garces. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? It passes unanimously. Have a great night.